Most ambitious agenda. First tonight on Our News, live at 7. New energy bills promise affordable, reliable, and cleaner electricity for Bahamians. But the opposition raises concerns over rushed process. Also, Consumer Watch. Commuter costs rise as public transit fares increase by 25 cents in New Providence and Grand Bahama. Tensions persist with dissatisfied jeepney drivers as users shoulder the added cost. Also, the trial of North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish ends in a mistrial, why a Supreme Court judge dismissed the jury hearing the case. Then in our news at 7:30, the Education Minister rejects a proposal for drug testing students, why she asserts parental choice. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. Affordable, reliable, and cleaner electricity for Bahamians. Prime Minister Philip Davis says that's the goal of the new energy bills that were debated in the House of Assembly, but the opposition feels the process is being rushed. Marlena Leonard gets us started tonight.
To create a 21st century economy, we need a 21st century power grid. A modern grid that is more efficient and cost-effective, capable of transmitting clean energy, and more resilient and capable of withstanding hurricanes.
Prime Minister Philip Davis calling the Electricity Bill 2024 and Natural Gas Bill 2024 the most ambitious energy reform agenda in our history, but says it will take over $1 billion to get Bahama's power and light back on track. Still, he insists there will not be layoffs in the process.
We will continue to honor existing union agreements. We will accomplish our objectives without layoffs. We are a government that takes our commitment to workers seriously.
And contrary to reports that the Electricity Bill 2024 would allow electricity suppliers to set their own tariff rates for the next 3 years, without regulation by the Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority, Davis says
the bill introduces a transition period of 3 years in which ERCA will accept the existing tariff rates presently in effect for licensees. During the next 3 years, a tariff review will be conducted with the objective of making the rates more equitable. It is our intention for tariff rates to residential consumers to go down, not up.
But multiple members of the opposition were concerned that the fast turnaround hasn't given the public enough time to read and process the over 100 pages between the two bills.
In 1 week, why are we debating an 80-page bill, and we are also debating another 85-page bill in one debate? And these are two weighty issues.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
All right, thanks for that, Marlena. If you're a public transit user in New Providence or Grand Bahama, then your daily commute just got a little more expensive after a 25 cents increase came in effect today. While some commuters on edge, jitney drivers still not happy. Joshua Williams reports.
What 25 cents? Any place in this country could buy anything for 25 cents? It's unbelievable, Mr. Minister. It's unbelievable.
That's how some jitney drivers are feeling today after receiving just a 25-cent increase on bus fares, the first increase in bus fares in 16 years. The 25-cent increase will not be straight across the board, as it will only impact adult passengers. Their fare will now be $1.50. Fares for seniors and school students will remain the same. Understanding the need for the increase, this passenger says it's only fair.
Everything going up. Bus fee got to go up too. People got to live. Got to take care of the bus and thing, man. Maintain it, you know. As a senior citizen, I normally pay $1 instead of 75 cents, but I hope I'll be able to continue paying $1.
While some might consider this a step in the right direction, this jitney driver says otherwise.
The minister decided to say, well, we should be grateful and thankful. If I had on these buses, if I had on all of these bus franchise, every last one of these buses would have been up throughout the day. Just to set an example back to the minister.
The average cost of gas per gallon in New Providence is $5.90. General Secretary for the Bahamas United Bus Drivers Union, Corvell Colebrook, says it's not enough to sustain them.
Really and truly, the $5.26, $5.46 that we're paying for fuel is greatly too high. We understand what the public is going through, but the public got to understand what we are going through.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
The trial of North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish ended in a mistrial today. A Supreme Court judge dismissed the jury hearing the case after learning a juror had a close connection to the leader of the opposition. The trial ended the day after Cornish's ex-girlfriend made shocking claims on the stand on Wednesday. She alleged that he spat in her face, raped, assaulted her, and threatened to kill her last year. Prosecutors allege Cornish raped the woman at an Airbnb and on April 4, 2023, at her home in Abaco. He's also accused of threatening to kill the woman on April 4th. Cornish has denied the allegations against him. All cheers and parliamentary applause erupting in the House of Assembly this morning as parliamentarians slammed their hands on the tables in excitement. The reason for their raucous applause may surprise you. Former leader of the Free National Movement, Dr. Hubert Minnis, had just walked in. Prime Minister Philip Davis, who was in the middle of his contribution to the debate on the electricity and natural gas bills 2024, when Dr. Minnis walked in. Take a look at this clip. The reaction that you just saw in Parliament comes exactly 1 month before the Free National Movement is slated to hold its convention, where all party positions will be up for grabs. Dr. Minnis has not said whether he plans on running for F&M leader against current leader Michael Pintard, who was also in the House of Assembly as the cheering went on.
The winner and still champion.
Sound like you got a lot of votes in there.
All I can say, Kalani, I hope you got the same welcome when you go. What day that is? 1st of June.
Now to Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell weighing in on Haiti's recent developments surrounding their government. Haiti's newly installed Transitional Council chose former Sports Minister Fritz Belize as the country's president. The crisis-stricken Caribbean country has seen a surge in violence after former Prime Minister Ariel Henry announced he was stepping down in early February. A 9-member Transitional Council was chosen last week to select a new Prime Minister and cabinet in a bid to help quell gang violence that is said to be choking the capital of Port-au-Prince. Mitchell says the progress is encouraging.
Pleased that the Presidential Council has been formed, the Transition Council has been formed. That's a good first step, and I want to congratulate the Eminent Persons Group, which is made up of former Prime Minister Perry Christie, former Prime Minister Bruce Golding of Jamaica, and former Prime Minister Kenny Anthony of St. Lucia for their work, a really arduous task of putting together and helping the Haitian people.
The Bahamas has promised aid to Haiti by sending 150 Royal Bahamas Defense Force officers to help with security as part of a United Nations mission, a move that has been criticized by some, including former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis. But the Bahamas isn't the only nation saying it will help out. Last October, Kenya had agreed to lead that UN-authorized international police force to Haiti, but the country's top court there in January ruled this was unconstitutional. Then in March, Kenya halted its plans. Mitchell says he's hopeful that Kenya will still lead the charge.
Hope that the next stage is that the Kenyans will bring in the troops and support, and that support will lead to a better security situation.
All right, and we've got more on the situation in Haiti coming up in our World News segment. That's coming to you in about 10 minutes. But for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he's standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kendian, and a happy Wednesday evening, everybody. Another warm and quiet evening setting up for us on the outside. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s, 77 degrees right now. With a few clouds, we still have a little bit of a light breeze. Your winds are out of the east at 12 miles per hour, and your face light temperature is at 79. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 77 in Freeport, Alistown, Bimini. Here in the capital, we pick up 78s. Great Harbor Key and in Nicholstown, Andros. Marsh Harbor, Abaco, and Governor's Harbor, you guys are 76. Central Bahamas, 77 in Kemps Bay, Georgetown. And you guys in Georgetown, you have some showers nearby. 76 in Arthurstown, Cat Island, Coburn Town, San Salvador, 70. That could be a little iffy. 76 in Deadman's Key and into the southeast Bahamas. 78 in Duncantown, Rhode Island. You guys have some showers there as well as some thunderstorm activity. 78 in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Abrahams Bay, and a pair of 79s in Matthewtown, Inagua, and our good neighbors to the southeast, Turks and Caicos Islands. Satellite radar composite showing that disturbance we had hanging out across the central Bahamas has flared up some across the area. Showers and thunderstorms starting to affect the central and southeastern islands, Long Island, Acklins, and Crooked Island, as well as the Ragged Island chain. You guys were seeing some showers as well as some strong thunderstorms. Most of that activity will eventually slide out towards the east. There's another disturbance that moved across south central Florida. That's generating some isolated showers across the extreme northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, and you guys seeing some showers as well. Most of the activity will be moving towards the east. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on our news, the IDB, UB, and BTVI partner to cultivate disaster risk managers for the future. We'll tell you the class helping to promote risk management. But first, Water and Sewage Corporation initiates groundbreaking climate risk assessment and adaptation plan to bolster water supply in the Bahamas. We'll tell you the esteemed female engineer leading the cause when our news returns.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and they're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sally's funeral? How do you know Sally?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
And you'll never be the one. I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to it
The countdown is on to the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, and with that top of mind for many residents, two Bahamian tertiary level institutions and the Inter-American Development Bank, they are partnering to prepare a new generation of disaster risk managers. We'll tell you all about that effort in just a bit. But for now, in the face of escalating climate threats, the Water and Sewage Corporation started the Climate Risk Vulnerability Assessment and Adaptation Plan. It's said to be a groundbreaking initiative geared towards improving water supply for the islands. Leading the undertaking is engineer Ayla Isaacs, whose expertise and leadership have propelled both projects to the forefront of environmental advocacy. She says the purpose of CRVAA is to identify existing vulnerabilities in infrastructure and implement changes that will alleviate them.
Essentially, this is a group of projects that deals with supply and distribution, which is our hard infrastructure. That's installing pipes, fittings, and the like, pumping stations, as well as we have a technical consultancies aspect of the contract as well, which is more so the intangible aspects, and that deals with social agenda, monitoring and evaluation, climate risk. So these are aspects as well of the project that are to be executed under this scope of work.
Preparation for these assessments is expected to be participatory, with WSC leading the work and with the active participation of key stakeholders. It will be focused on increasing reliability and resilience of WSC's capability to achieve its goals, most notably the reliable provision of good quality water and wastewater services.
Some of the main vulnerabilities that we focus on, that we acknowledge within our region, are sea level rise, increased frequency and intensity of rain events, as well as flooding. So these are things, again, specifically in family islands where we know persons build along the coastline, that we have to factor in with our implementation and installation of our infrastructure. So we want to ensure things, for instance, that we may have to, in some areas, take the pipe a little deeper. So rather than having a 3-foot cover, we may have 4-foot cover. We may install things like anchors to ensure that in the event of storm surge, that our infrastructure remains in place and we're able to supply our customers as soon as possible.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as counter-protesters attack pro-Palestinian camps at UCLA. Plus, have an iPhone and missed your alarm recently? Well, Apple is working to fix an alarming iPhone issue, causing some phones to stay silent. And Haiti's new council announcement of a new PM candidate causes a sudden divide. When our news returns.
If you like it.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
And you'll never be the one. I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to it all.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Violence erupted at UCLA as pro-Israeli counter-demonstrators attacked a pro-Palestinian camp, prompting UCLA to cancel classes after what it described as horrific violence. Tensions boiled over as rival groups breached a buffer zones, as seen in this footage. Law enforcement called to the scene was guarding the space as morning broke. Fireworks and tear gas filled the night as mass protesters tore down barricades and assaulted campers. Police response was criticized as slow. The overnight clash followed a Columbia University raid. Meanwhile, protests spread across the United States demanding divestment from Israel. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met on Wednesday in the midst of the ongoing war. Blinken pushing to get more aid into Gaza, while urging Hamas to accept a deal that would halt fighting in the enclave and bring Israeli hostages home. This is Blinken's 7th visit to the region since the conflict began on October 7th. Apple is scrambling to address a glitch causing some iPhone alarms to stay silent, leaving users to oversleep unexpectedly. Frustrated individuals took to social media like TikTok to express their annoyance, with one user mentioning setting multiple alarms to no avail. Apple acknowledges the problem. Details on its cause and resolution still remain unclear. The extent of the issue and its specific impact on iPhone models are also uncertain, but suggestions for users include verifying alarm settings and volume levels. And the unveiling of Haiti's new prime minister has ignited turmoil within the country's transitional council, tasked with steering the nation amid rampant gang violence. 4 council members, in a surprising move, announced Fritz Belizier as prime minister, sparking division among council ranks. Opposition to Belizier's appointment has led to deliberations about challenging the decision or resigning from the council. Caribbean Loop News reports a person with direct knowledge of the situation said the council's political accord had been violated by the unexpected move and that some council members are considering other choices for prime minister. Despite demands for security and change, skepticism is said to persist among Haitians, wary of familiar political faces linked to past turmoil and unrest. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was May 1st. Then in our news at 7:30, that bus fare hike on Grand Bahama adds to commuter burdens as drivers struggle with rising costs. And over on Abaco, residents in Spring City face desperation as a bushfire threatens homes. Volunteer firefighters struggle to contain the blaze. The story when our news returns.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more and they're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
And you'll never be the one. I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to it all.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation.
Welcome back to Our News. Another proud moment for the country as Governor General, Her Excellency Cynthia Pratt, received one of the highest honors as Dame Grand Cross of St. Michael and St. George. She was bestowed the honor by King Charles III in a special ceremony at Buckingham Palace yesterday. The Governor General and her official delegation, alongside relatives and friends, they were warmly welcomed at Heathrow Airport in London by High Commissioner Paul Gomez and other diplomatic officers. Her entrance into damehood comes just over 7 months since her appointment as Governor General. Her Excellency served as the first female Deputy Prime Minister and also acting Prime Minister under the first Christie administration. She is also the first and only female to hold the position of National Security Minister. She joins other notable dames, including former Governors General Marguerite Pindling and Ivy Dumont, as well as Janet Bostwick, Anita Allen, Joan Sawyer, Doris Johnson, and Albertha Isaacs. And now it's time to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was May 1st. Take a look.
On this day in history in 1931, the 102-story Empire State Building in New York was officially opened. At the time, it was the world's tallest building. When it was completed in April that year, the Empire State broke every record in the book. At 1,250 feet, it topped the Chrysler Building by 200 feet and the third tallest, the Manhattan Company Building, at 40 Wall Street by more than 300 feet. And fast forward to 2011, Pope John Paul II was beatified by his successor, Pope Benedict XVI, in front of several 100,000 people who packed into St. Peter's Square and surrounding streets. Benedict proclaimed in Latin, "From now on, Pope John Paul shall be called blessed." The red and white flag of his native Poland predominated, but the crowd included Roman Catholics from as far away as Australia. Some had camped out in the area around St. Peter's, others had spent the night in prayer and contemplation of the life of works of the late Pope.
Building resilience and developing the next generation of disaster risk managers. That's the goal behind the partnership between the Inter-American Development Bank, the University of the Bahamas, and Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. At a press conference this morning, it was announced that students can now study disaster management at UB. Provost and VP of Academic Affairs at UB, Dr. Maria Woodside Oriaki, explains why it's so important.
Our institution stands resolutely committed to the expansion of our course offerings in this pivotal domain, ensuring that the forthcoming generations of disaster risk managers are endowed with the requisite acumen to safeguard our communities with utmost efficiency. Throughout the duration of this dialogue, we shall embark upon a multifaceted exploration of initiatives aimed at fortifying disaster risk management in the Bahamas.
A part of the Bahamas Disaster Risk Management Program underscores the need for a skilled workforce capable of addressing the intricate challenges of disasters. And the IDB recognized the need, according to the country representative for IDB, Daniela Carrera.
The IDB remains steadfast in its commitment to equipping the Bahamas and all of our member countries with the necessary capacity and capabilities to achieve the development goals. Today, we take a significant step towards professionalizing this field in the Bahamas. We aim to build a robust cadre of educated and trained disaster risk managers prepared to tackle the country's unique risks and vulnerability.
All right, to watch that story again. And for all of today's top stories, remember you can visit Our News Bahamas on Facebook. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Up now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia?
Yes, Ken. Well, bus drivers in Grand Bahama up in arms tonight over the recent bus fare increase. We have the full story. And will we see drug testing within the public school system? Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News, live at 7:30, a slap in the face. That is how taxi drivers on Grand Bahama are describing the newly implemented bus fare increase.
What a quarter could do? What 50 cents could do? In a time like this, everybody else getting raised, why we can't get a sensible, a decent raise?
Coming up tonight on Our News, a new prime minister has been elected in Haiti. But what does the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here have to say about it? We'll have those details for you tonight.
Plus, North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish trial has ended in a mistrial. We have details from the courtroom straight ahead. And later, will we see drug testing within the public school system in the Bahamas? The Minister of Education speaks. Our News live at 7:30 is back in a moment.
We exposed 5 strangers to Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the University of the Bahamas, and I'm a computer science major. I'm also the NT Corporation's Youth Ambassador for the Environment, and I'm an environmentalist. My journey as an environmental advocate began with a simple yet profound realization that our environment is degrading right in front of my eyes. And being NT's Youth Ambassador for the Environment means that my words and my actions hold the power to help change the environment and the world around me. I find it exciting that I can be a student, live my life, and use my words and my voice to change the environment and the world around me. Most times I think it's a privilege. It's our environment and it's our generation to own. I don't think as a young person that there's anything more rewarding than being a part of bringing awareness. I'm Michaela Kerr, and I'm making a difference in my own words.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips.
Welcome to Our News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Italia Hall. Well, the hike in bus fares also impacting those in Grand Bahama, making daily commutes for passengers a bit more expensive. But for some bus drivers in the second city, the slight increase isn't enough to assist with the cost of living. Our Megan Shepard reports.
What a quarter could do? What 50 cents could do? In a time like this, everybody else getting raised, why we can't get a sensible, a decent raise?
Bus drivers on Grand Bahama echoing the sentiments of their counterparts in the capital. They do not believe the recent fare increase for bus drivers is sufficient. For Timothy Nottage, the increase is simply an insult.
The increase is a slap in the face with the 25 cents. I know you heard Nassau-centric talking about the same thing. The areas we run from here to 8 Mile Rock, that almost take the whole wide scope of Nassau. So I don't know what they're dealing with. They need to catch yourself.
From the cost of fuel to the difference in size between Grand Bahama and New Providence, Roland Miller believes the fares should be different for each island.
They give us 50 cents to go to go from Freeport to McLeanstown. The wear and tear on these vehicles to go to McLeanstown, the fuel will cost us to burn to go to the field. I mean, we were looking for an increase, at least $3 increase. I mean, they just throw it at us and they don't count the Freeport. They don't count the people in Freeport.
Although the Ministry of Energy and Transport notes that town hall meetings were held on the affected islands, both men maintain that Grand Bahama drivers were not consulted before the raise. The last increase for bus drivers was in 2008, some 16 years ago. Noddet shares what he believes would be a fair cost for longer routes.
8 Mile Rock is $1.75 now, would be $2, but $2.25 it should be.
Miller says there are aspects he agrees with.
Seniors and disabled, we all for that. We support that. The high school children, we learned that they are now paying $1.25 when they was paying $1 before. But the seniors, the young children, the little primary school children, they stay the same. We agree with that.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
All right, thanks for that, Megan. Well, Haiti's Transitional Council naming a former youth and sports minister as the new prime minister. His job to reduce the violence that has plagued the country for months. Tonight, the Foreign Affairs Minister is encouraged by the new appointment. Our Joshua Williams reports.
Fritz Belizaire, a longtime politician in Haiti, is the man chosen to lead the nation from the brink of a violent collapse. A transitional council placed in charge by CARICOM making the decision. Mass chaos and violence taking over neighborhoods in Haiti for months. Gangs are pressuring former Prime Minister Ariel Henry to resign. Henry announced he would be stepping down in early February, prompting the council to nominate Belizaire. Here at home, Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell says it's encouraging.
I think it's an important step. This is a Haitian-led process, and CARICOM has done all that it can to bring the process to this point. It's not really for us to determine who's going to lead and who's going to do what. It's just we have to see how the process unfolds.
The violence causing many countries, including the United States, to remove their diplomats along with pausing flights to the nation, a move the Bahamas followed. Mitchell says Belizaire's appointment will lead to the return of U.S. flights and the placement of Kenyan troops.
The U.S. airlines are saying they're going to be returning to flights in Haiti as of the 16th of May. This morning there was an announcement that the Americans think that the first Kenyan police officers and troops will be in Port-au-Prince on the 26th of May.
And with the new prime minister now in place, when will our government be in contact with him? Mitchell says,
well, as soon as everybody's properly sworn in. In fact, at the practical and functional level, we are cooperating with them now because repatriations are taking place. Bahamas Air flies into Haiti. So there's an exchange of notes between the Bahamas government and the Haitian government every day.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. Well, testing students for drugs is not an option, says Education Minister Gladys Hannah Martin. She's responding to Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson, who called for students to be tested for drugs after 3 students from the S.C. McPherson Junior High School had to be rushed to hospital after ingesting marijuana on the school campus. Although concerned, Hannah Martin says the choice to test a child should be up to the parents.
If testing is deemed necessary by a parent, then the parent, in conjunction with that child, can facilitate that. But I do not see that as a role at this time with the Ministry of Education and the school to test students for drugs. I think what we need to find out is if there is a suspicion that children are using drugs, which is a self-destructive act to some extent, then we should work with that child and through our counseling, etc. The testing, I think, should be a discussion between the parent and the child.
Off school campuses has been an ongoing task for school officials. While police resource officers are placed on campuses to help prevent matters like this, officer in charge of school safety, ASP Chasewell Hannah, also says parents have a role to play.
Before your child leaves home, search their bag, search their room. When they come back home from school, do the same thing. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised to see what you may find. But SROs are going to continue to work with the administration to assist with bag searches. They're in the classroom teaching all the harmful effects on drugs, guns, gangs, and we believe this is one of the reasons why we're seeing that downward trend.
All right, well, nice temperatures around the islands on this Wednesday. Wondering what else we can expect. Well, Greg is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions around the islands and outside our studios. 77 degrees with a few clouds, a little bit of a breeze out there. East winds at 12 miles per hour. Your field-state temperature is at 79. Satellite radar composite showing disturbance across the central Bahamas, still flaring up with some showers and thunderstorms affecting that area. Long Island, the Acklins and Crooked Island area, as well as the Ragged Island chain, seeing some of those showers and thunderstorms, as well as San Salvador. Most of that activity will be pushing towards the east. Also another disturbance moving across South Florida that's generating some isolated showers across the extreme northwest Bahamas. Most of that activity will be pulling out towards the east. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. So look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, fires in Abaco appear to be getting out of control. This as the fires burn closely to homes in the Spring City community. The Central and South MP is weighing in. Plus, the city of Freeport getting a major upgrade. This as the Grand Bahama Port Authority prepares for Phase 3 of its road infrastructure program. And later, soulful Sundays at the Nassau Cruise Port. Our Danielle Miller has all the highlights when our news returns.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to me now.
Residents in Spring City, Abaco desperate tonight as fires burn dangerously close to their homes. Since last week, volunteer firefighters have been battling two separate blazes in that community and Marsh Harbor. The fire in Marsh Harbor was dealt with and a person is in custody. But the fire in Spring City is burning out of control. Central and South Abaco MP John Pinder says the situation is worsening.
I was on the ground yesterday afternoon in Spring City. The fires are rather close and endangering the houses in Spring City. The fire before that was near the old government clinic, which, from my understanding, they have somebody in custody for setting that one. The Spring City fire is under investigation. The Marsh Harbor Fire Department, as well as the residents, are doing their best to keep it off the homes.
This comes after the North Andros community also had their hands full with out-of-control forest fires for weeks, and the cries for more manpower and resources needed on that island is shared by those in Abaco.
We always need additional resources. I believe the fire departments across our nation are limited in what they have, particularly in Abaco. It's all a volunteer service in every community, and more fire trucks, more fire hydrants are definitely needed to mitigate the impact of these fires. We are a very dry season. Summer's approaching. I'm expecting more forest fires to happen. That's a natural occurrence.
All right, well, the streets in Freeport receiving a facelift recently. This as the Grand Bahama Port Authority has completed year 2 of their 5-year road work infrastructure program. For the final 3 years of the program, the GBPA awarded 3 contracts valued at $1.4 million. Those funds will be divided among 3 contractors: Freeport Construction Company, Bahamas Hot Mix, and Walk Construction, to repair, reconstruct, and resurface 18 roads within the city. Some of those roads include Grand Bahama Highway, West Sunrise Highway, Parnes Way, Oleander Street, and a portion of the Warren J. Lavarity Highway. Deputy Director and City Manager at the GBPA, Troy McIntosh.
We're asking our residents, you'll see notices out, you'll see the contractors out. There will be some detours, but we will put those out in advance of all work. That will be ongoing within the next, we're hoping within the month of May.
When our news comes back from the break, looking for an unforgettable experience this weekend? While Soulful Sundays at the Nassau Cruise Port may be the place for you. We have the full story straight ahead.
Coming up in sports, Frederick King makes a decision on the transfer portal and high honors for several track and field athletes.
And overall nice weather conditions across the island on this Wednesday. Greg is back with your extended weather forecast when our news continues.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and they're here to deliver. Welcome to the 2nd season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sally's funeral? How do you know Sally?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to it all.
Bahama's Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the University of the Bahamas.
This is Our News. Welcome back. A Bahamian makes his decision about his basketball future, and Buddy and the 76ers avoid playoff elimination. Here now with Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors, is Ronaldo Dorset and John Mark Nutt. Ronaldo?
Thanks, Natalia, and welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Frederick King took a look at the NCAA transfer portal, took a look at Creighton, and decided to run it back. After 3 weeks in the portal, the 6'10 sophomore center announced his decision yesterday to return to the Blue Jays for his upcoming junior season. King's playing time took a dip last season behind returning Big East Defensive Player of the Year Ryan Cockburner. He averaged 2.6 points and 2.2 rebounds in just over 6 minutes per game. King returns to a Blue Jays roster that lost 3 of its top 4 scorers following an NCAA tournament run that ended in the Sweet 16. Out of the NBA Academy, the Andros native originally committed to Louisville before ultimately deciding to play for Greg McDermott at Creighton. For the second consecutive year, Bahamians will have an opportunity to watch King play at home at the Atlantis Resort. The Blue Jays will represent the Big East in the 2024 Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis, November 27th to 29th.
76ers head coach may not find value in Buddy Hield on the court, but he impacted the most important game of the season. Tyrese Maxey's late-game heroics forced overtime, and Philadelphia held on for a 112-106 win over the New York Knicks to force a Game 6. In the last 30 seconds of regulation, Maxey made a 4-point play and followed up with a 3-pointer from near half court. Hield received a DNP for the second straight game, but Maxey highlighted his veteran leadership.
I just missed those 3 free throws, man. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Buddy Hield because I was on the bench and I was really upset. I was really upset with myself. I missed 3 free throws, turned the ball over, and Buddy Hield just kind of grabbed me and said, listen, dude, like, you know what you can do. Go out there and make up for it. And I really do appreciate Buddy for that, man. I know it's going to go unnoticed, but it was big time for him.
Sebastian Walcott continues his successful transition to High A baseball. Just 4 days after he hit his first home run in High A, Walcott followed with home run number 2 to close out April. He hit a solo shot in the first inning, but it was the only run for the Hickory Crawdads in their 3-1 loss to the Rome Emperors. In the majors, it was a tough night for Jazz Chisholm, but the Miami Marlins finally brought an end to that losing streak. With the Marlins trailing 5-0, Chisholm was ejected in the 7th inning, arguing a strike call with umpire Jansen Visconti. The Marlins eventually rallied to win 7-6 in extra innings.
After a week of personal bests, Denisha Cartwright and Anthea Charlton received conference and national honors. Cartwright, a senior at Minnesota State Mankato, was named NCAA Division II Track Athlete of the Week for her performances at the Drake Relays. In the 100-meter hurdles, she ran a slightly wind-aided 12.71 for the 3rd fastest all-conditions performance in Division II history. She also ran in the 4x100, 4x400, and sprint medley relays. Charlton was named SEC Women's Field Athlete of the Week for a performance at the LSU Invitational. The sophomore finished first in the long jump at a wind-aided 6.74 meters. If not for the wind reading, the mark would have earned her the #1 mark in the NCAA in 2024 and moved her up to #4 on Florida's all-time top 10 list.
That'll do it for Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. For John Mark Nutt, I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on Our News tonight, looking for a unique experience this weekend? Well, Soulful Sundays at the Nassau Cruise Port may be the place for you. Our Daniel Miller tells us all about it straight ahead. And nice weather conditions on this Wednesday. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast right after this quick breaks.
Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and they're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
Welcome back to our news. Warm weather for the most part of the day. Hopefully things begin to cool down soon. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. Greg.
Yeah, thanks again, Natalia. Welcome back, everybody, for our final check of weather. That disturbance across the central Bahamas flaring up, generating some showers and thunderstorms across the central and southeastern islands. Some of the islands getting quite a bit of activity. Acklands and Crooked Island, Ragged Island chain, as well as the Long Island area. And San Salvador seeing some showers and thunderstorms early. Most of that activity will be pulling out towards the east as the activity wanes. There's also another disturbance that moved across central and south Florida. That's bringing some showers and isolated thunderstorms to the extreme northwest Bahamas. Grand Bahama and the Abaco seeing some activity, and most of that will be pulling out towards the east. High pressure will build in behind that. That should generate some rather nice conditions for the remainder of the week, and of course that high will continue to keep us with a little bit of a breeze. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with that disturbance in the central Bahamas pulling out towards the east and into the open Atlantic. Some of the activity lingering across the southeast Bahamas, and the activity across the northwest Bahamas clearing out. High pressure will build in Friday and into the weekend, looking for some gorgeous weather by that time frame. Boating conditions, caution flag still in place for you guys out there if you're doing any plans on the water. Easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas running 2 to 4 feet, but they will be building up to 6 feet in some northeasterly swells, mainly in the Atlantic waters. Low tide is at 8:33 tonight. Your high tide takes place at 2:57 in the morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, beautiful weather expected for the remainder of the week. It's going to get a little bit breezy Friday and Saturday, and that should carry into early next week. Temperatures will stay in low 80s initially, but they will be climbing into the low to mid 80s by the beginning of next week. We could see an 87 by next week, Wednesday. That's a look at our weather. Make it a great night and stay safe, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, this past Sunday, the Nassau Cruise Port offered their mature audience an event designed to whisk you away into a musical oasis. With a mix of R&B and culture music, our Daniel Miller tells us everyone left wanting more.
Add a little bit of soul to your Sunday.
The Nassau Cruise Port hosted its first installment of Soulful Sundays over the weekend. With an intimate setup for attendees under the night stars, we enjoyed music performed by Navandria Lyric and the Essence Band. It was so captivating that we didn't notice we drifted into Monday morning. As you know, we've attended several concerts at the cruise port over the last few months, And in my opinion, Sunday night staging was the most elaborate one yet. The amphitheater stage was prepared in grand style for our very own Bahamian artists to deliver a musical production that will rival international celebrities. This is no exaggeration. Soulful Sundays is a must attend.
Really enjoyed it, actually. I'm surprised to see so many people out here, but it's a really good show. It's been really fun so far. So yeah, I'm really enjoying myself.
Coming in here, I was super excited because, you know, there's hardly ever anything for that mature crowd. And being here, it's a complete vibe. I have no other word than to describe it, except it's a vibe. You must be here. The performances were amazing so far, and I'm looking forward to more events like this. I'm hoping that there's more like this in the future.
In our pre-interview for the event, Navandria Lyric told us when she got the call that they wanted her to perform on the mega stage, she cried because that was a moment she's dreamed of. Her father flew in from Florida to watch his daughter's dream become reality.
Absolutely awesome. She did a great job. I'm so proud of her.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, looks exciting. Thanks so much for that, Danny. And thank you for joining us for our news tonight on behalf of the entire team. I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.